Hello and welcome to That's Football for our Germany versus Sweden watch-along. It's been game three. We're in for game three. We've seen Mexico win in a very, very interesting game. We watched Belgium win in another interesting game, and we're now going to see Germany. If they don't win, they're in a lot of trouble. If they lose, they're going out. So very interesting how this group could. Hello and welcome to That's Football for our Germany. How are we all doing? Anyway, Lindelof's back, says Andy Pandy. I do need to get the team news up for you as well, but they've got to get a result. The Germans, they've got to get a result, and if Sweden get a result, boy oh boy, we're in for a very, very interesting game. Favourite coffee Marcus? That's for Marcus, not for me. Okay, I shall stay out of your little chats on the live comments, and I shall leave you to it whilst I make sure that I've got the team news up for you. Oh, for fuck. Best laid plans and all that lot. Let's come back here to me live comments. Boy, we're in for a very, very interesting game. I could crush a grape. Sorry, we had double audio, did we? It's fixed now. Good. Okay. I need to get everybody the team news anyway, so let me just do that first of all. I know that Mesut Ozil has been dropped, which is probably a right decision, to be fair. I think he should be dropped. He's not had a very good game in the last game for Germany against Mexico, and he maybe should get dropped. But how are we all doing? I've probably gone live a little bit early here because I'm not prepared. But I was running a little bit late after my fish and chip supper. So you can have a little bit of Goldbridge getting things ready. The return of Lindelof is very, very interesting from a Manchester United point of view. Manchester United fan point of view. Sweden are going to be up against it tonight. It's one thing Mexico beating Germany. It's a totally other thing for Sweden to do it. And I think Sweden would more than happily take a point in this game if they can get it. But the team news is going on the bottom of the screen for you now. And you can see that there is no Mesut Ozil in the team for Germany. And Lindelof does start for Sweden. Roos and Draxler starting for Germany. Werner still up front. Very, very good team Germany have got. World champions as well. And they'll certainly be looking to start the World Cup how they wanted to start it last week, and it didn't go their way, did it? So they'll be looking to get off to a better start tonight. And I think, why didn't Lindelof play in the last game, says it's Teal. He was carrying a bit of an illness. So let's see how they get on tonight. He's going to be what? He's going to be up for it, as will Germany. Just please do share the link, as per usual, and all that jazz. I've just realised I've still got my glasses on, which I may well remove the glasses at some point, but we'll see how we get on. So, Germany had 8 world champions starting the last game. Have they got better in 4 years, says Andy Pandy. And be good to see Lindelof play, says Daniel Hogan. I'm from Sweden, says Hussein Hassan. Well, I'm going for Sweden, whether that is a good thing for you or not. I haven't got my yellow top on Mark, have you, says Inzaghi. I didn't. A close match or a one-sided one? What do you think, says Anvesh. I think that it could go either way. Tomorrow for the England game. 1 o'clock tomorrow. The next game after this is England, and really looking forward to that one. Can England get some goals, get some confidence? Already talk that Lukaku and Hazard won't play for Belgium next Thursday. Have they got an eye on the fact that winning the group may not be a good thing? And we might see a little bit of tactics from Belgium and England on Thursday, trying to avoid finishing top of the group maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Callum Christie says Germany are going to win this 3-1. Not a bad shout. Not a bad shout. You might be right, you might be wrong. Give it a go. Let's see what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Oh, okay, cool. No, we don't want any of that. We don't want any of that. I've just had a fish and chip supper and I'm feeling a little bit full. I'm not going to lie. I feel a little bit full. Come on, England, says Daniel Hogan. Where's the wine and the beer, says Pankaj. There's a drink on its way, Pankaj. Don't worry about that. But we could be about to watch history in the making. We could be about to see Germany go out of this tournament. I mean, what are the chances? What are the chances of that? There's always a chance, folks. There's always a chance. And there's always a chance in football. And this World Cup has definitely shown that. So, let's see what happens. I'm just going to draw your attention to the link in the video description. BetBull have kindly said that, could you pop this in? Oh no, it's not worked. I can't do that. It's not worked. Hold off on that for a moment then. Okay, prediction time. I will give you my prediction shortly. Before the game starts, Mark, thoughts on the MLS, says Stalls. I don't watch it, mate, so I really genuinely cannot give you any thoughts on that because I don't. I mean, Andy Pandy says there's a 1 in 5 chance that Sweden could win this. And Majestics, we can't show you the game. If you can find the game on YouTube, fair play, but you cannot show World Cup games on YouTube because it's illegal. No one's got the rights to do it. And they'll get taken down very quickly. What we do is a watch along, so we'll keep you up to date with what's going. Got a big community of people watching the game, maybe not watching the game, interacting in the live community, and that's what we're all about. So we will be keeping you up to date with what's going on, talking through the big points, and hopefully we'll get a good game. Hopefully we'll get a good game. England pretty only need a point to go through, says Kieran Brook. MLS is boring from an American, says Andrew Rossi. Prediction 1-0 Sweden, says Young Lord. And who is better, Boateng or Hummels, says Anvesh. I'd go with Hummels, to be honest. England pretty much only need a point to go through. We have read that. Will be a Germany 3-0 win, says Fee Mitchell. Where is Xander, says One United. It's his day off today. His girlfriend's come over to Spain, so he's having a day off today. But some people would say that's a good thing because I've done all 3 streams. He'd have been struggling to do the streams today anyway. I might have given him Belgium, but he wasn't getting Mexico again. And Germany, Sweden, I always do the 7 o'clock games. Which reminds me, I think Colombia, Poland tomorrow night. Massive game that is. One of them could be going home if they lose. Will I get to see the Colombia that I predicted would do well? I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. Kate, it's on the ITV in the UK, this match. They've had both games tonight. How you keep your patience with those silly questions about showing the games, says Mick Deb. Because they might be new and this might be their first watch along. And if you are new, make sure you subscribe, bottom right hand corner. And you'll enjoy it. You'll enjoy it. The watch along is always a good laugh. So get involved with it. Have your say. I think Xander's about 17, 18, isn't he, Xander? He's asking that question. But I just hope that it's... I hope Sweden can give it a good go. And I'm sure that they'll give it their best. But I'm massively interested in Lindelof tonight and what he can do. What Premier League team should sign the Swedish goalkeeper? He is quality, says Andy Pandy. Well, we're going to take a little bit of a look at that. We're going to take a little bit of the squad now. We've got the team news obviously going along the bottom of the screen for you. But just to confirm it for you, we have in goal, obviously, Manuel Neuer, Kimmich, Rudiger, Boateng, Hector, Ruddy, Kroos, Royce, Muller, Draxler, Werner. On their bench, they've got Hummels on the bench. They don't play Hummels, which is always a bit weird, I think. Kadira on the bench, Ozil on the bench, Goretzka on the bench, Brandt on the bench, Gundogan on the bench, Gomez on the bench. Sweden, Olsen, Lustig, Lindelof, Granqvist, Augustin, Kleisen, Larsson, Egdal, Forsberg, Torven and Berg. And on their bench, Guidetti, Johnson, Svensson, Hallenda, Highmark, Graf, Highmark, you can come on, Janssen, Roden, Dermes, Tellen and Nordfeldt. And if I tell you about their goalkeeper, who I was just asked to speak to you about, you've got Sweden. I know we get a lot of Scandinavians watching the United stand, so there may well be people in the live comments. Let us know if you are Swedish and let us know what your thoughts are on this game. The Sweden goalkeeper, Olsen, plays for Copenhagen. And we'll keep an eye on him then. Maybe he's looking for a move. Obviously, Lindelof plays for Manchester United. Granqvist has been linked to Arsenal, apparently. He plays for Krasnodar. Larsen plays for Hull now. Forsberg, RP Leipzig. Berg plays for Al Ain. And they've got a lot of players not playing at a lot of good clubs, Sweden, to be honest. They're not the team that they have been in the past. They don't really have that many good players anymore. I found Sweden quite lackluster in the Euros, even though they had Zlatan. But they got that result. Roxbox says that Milinkovic-Savic is going to Juve. I don't know where you've got that from. He hasn't said that he's going to Juve at all. That is a total and utter myth. He smiled when asked about Juventus. That's about as far as he said. He dropped a little bit of a hint.
Let's go and see a film with me.
Right. When are we going to start? Says Mohammed. We're going to start at 7 o'clock because that's when the game starts. I am Mark Goldbridgeson today. I'm a Sweden fan, Callum Christie. Yes, I am. Larsen will score, says Palash. And Noyang, we can't show you the game on here. This is a watch-along, so subscribe to the channel if you are new and get involved. Should be a defensive for Sweden. I think they're pretty much looking for 1 point, says Inzaghi, which would be a good foot point for them. And hi, Mark. I just want to thank you for all the work you put in making these shows. The dedication you put in makes me united behind you. Without you, both channels would be shot. Long may Mark reign. Thanks for that, Philip Hammond. Really appreciate that. And JC Foster 97 says, hi, Mark. If Germany lose, can England go far? Thanks for the contribution. I don't think Germany really has much of an impact on England. England are going to have to win games. If England want to go far in this tournament, England need to win football matches. And if Germany go out, you could still have Colombia or Senegal or Japan who get in your way. And if they get out of the group, then they've played 3 games to get out of that group. Pawan says, finally, Marco Reus is starting. And Mark, with the triple today, really wanted Fellaini to do this game, says Chenko. Yeah, Xander was never doing today, so sorry Xander's fans, but it was always going to be me with all 3 of these today. I don't think it's likely that he would come to United. Would be better off with Kovacic, says Rocksbox HD. Can you wish me luck? I am going to bingo tonight, says Jordan Curley. Best of the luck with the bingo. And Xander's only been watching a few months, but I enjoyed every bit. Why don't you show online, says Nguyen? Because it's illegal. Who is going to win this, do you think, says Ross? I think Germany are going to win it. I want Sweden to get a result because I think it would be brilliant, absolutely brilliant to have another shock and have the holders going out in the group stage would just be massive for the tournament. So the Telemundo app has all the games, says Juan Aragon. Thank you for the contribution. You're coming across as a bit of a... Okay. Hi, Mark. Did you see Gary Neville ripping into Larsen? Says Quavers 12. Gary Neville seems to like ripping into everybody at the moment. I've got to say I don't agree with some of the things that he says. I think you're the... Okay, right. Shout when Germany scores. Right, we're about ready to go. Okay, 1 minute before we kick off. I can... we've got a little bit of an issue here, which I need to rectify. Let me... 1 minute. I'm back in room. I'm back in the room and I'm ready to go for Germany versus Sweden. We'll remove the glasses. We don't need the glasses. They were on for a little bit, but they don't need to be on now. I'll get the timer going. Mark, I do like the German kit though. Come on, let's give it a thumbs up. It's a little bit greedy with its 4 stars. And I think the stars should probably be gold. They'd improve that kit, but I do like the German kit. They always produce good kits. Let's see what Sweden can do, what their limitations are. I do think Germany will win, but I'd love Sweden to win. I think it would just be brilliant for the tournament. But I think Germany will win, and I never felt that just because Germany lost to Mexico, that was the end of that. And let's not forget, if Germany do get through this group, they could end up playing Brazil in the first knockout game, which would be amazing, absolutely amazing to lose one of those two in the first knockout stage. We could see France-Argentina as well. Lindelof is a god in Sweden. Come on, Sweden, says Kay. Nicholas Christiansen says that Lindelof is a god in Sweden. Are you from Sweden, Nicholas? Anyway, we've started. Germany on the ball at the moment, as we may well expect to be the case for a lot of this game. I think regardless of the final result, we will see Germany on the ball a hell of a lot in this game. It's just the way it's going to roll, I think. United stand. We'll follow this show at 9 o'clock, yes. So, Germany started off as expected on the ball. Keep your eye out for Victor Lindelof if you want to know the numbers. I think he's number 3, but I'll just confirm it for you. Yeah, Victor Lindelof, number 3. He's the one who doesn't look about 55, playing as a right-sided centre-back. So that's the big thing for me tonight. As a United fan, I'm really intrigued to see how well he's going to do. But it could be 1-0 here. They've got to be careful. Block. Oh, my life. Germany nearly scoring early on. We don't want to see an early German goal. We do not want to see an early German goal because that will be a bit like the Belgium game. But they're all at sea here. Very, very, very deep line that Sweden are playing. You don't want to be playing that deep because shots and that are very hard for the keeper to save then if they deflect. I'm going to try and play a little bit of a higher line here, Sweden. Straight away. So many blue shirts behind the ball. They're literally queuing up. I think this is going to be park the bus from Sweden, and they just need to just have a little bit of composure here because it's come on Deutschland, says Jean Chris. Defence v attack. I'll tell you what, they're getting in Germany already. Think Lowe needs to move on from Germany. Thought, says Bio. I think he will be moved on. I think he'll be moved on if they don't win this tournament, to be honest with you. But Sweden smack into this very early on. They're really up against it on the ropes, sort of speaking, within the first couple of minutes. They've got lots of players back, but Germany are just bypassing all the players and getting in behind a couple of times. So Sweden just need to find a little bit of composure in this game and just relax a little bit. They've got good defenders. They've got the height. Just relax. Relax. Germany are going to just get in over the top, and that's the danger. Much better from Germany, says Football Podcasts. Mexico are a good team. Mexico deserve to beat Germany. I wouldn't be Germany. Went a bit scouse there. Mexico deserve to beat Germany. Mexico did deserve to beat Germany, but it doesn't mean Germany are a bad team. This was the chance early on. It fell to Draxler, who hits it well, and it just goes against the defender's leg. And then another block from Grongfist, I think it was. So good start by Germany. And they're looking to get in behind all the time. They're getting pulled about, Germany here. They're gonna have to be a bit careful. They're getting in behind all the time. I don't know what the Swedes' defensive tactics are. They're getting a lot of people behind the ball, but it seems to me very easy for Germany to get in behind them, and they've got to be careful about that. Stall says, what's one thing each team needs to do to get the win? Score. Ozalax the bottler, says Anadon. Come on, the Swede, says Ed Woodward. Rudy's probably the closest thing to Carrick. Great defensive midfielder, but rarely has to make a tackle. Thanks for that, Cameron McNeil. Rudy playing alongside Kroos in the German midfield. Rudy. I think it's going to be a long night, this, for the Swedes. Germany are buzzing all over Sweden at the moment. It already feels like Sweden have had a couple of smacks to the face and are really, using a boxing analogy, they're already a bit shaky on their feet, and they sort of need to get a few rounds out the way and get back some composure, because at the moment they're just giving the ball away, and they've got a little bit of a break on here, and I just don't know whether they've got the pace on the break to cause Germany any problems. Nice little turn there, lovely little turn. He's done really well, and he gets crowded out. Really well. Good bit of skill there from I think it was Forsberg. It was, but they lack pace, which is a big problem. If you lack pace on the break, you ain't going to cause them any problems, are you? Thank you. Spencer Iceforth says they need to send the Germans home. It'd be very difficult to do that. I mean, they're making some really good runs in behind Germany, and Germany just look a yard quicker than Sweden, who just don't seem to have a lot of pace in the team, and I think that it's going to be difficult. I predicted 2-0, but this is going to be difficult for Sweden. I don't feel that they've settled into this game yet. Tejas says that Germans have great cars and play good football. Oh, Sweden's make Volvo. That's a nice car. Sweden are nothing without Zlatan. I don't think Zlatan would help them in a game like this, to be honest, because it's pace on the break that they need. Germany just seem to be able to cut them open at the moment. Another ball across the face of the 6-yard box there. Nobody gambling on Draxler's cross. Germany very fast out of the traps here, and Sweden just look a little bit off the pace. 2-0 for Germany, I said, Anvish. Please do subscribe to the channel if you're new. Bottom right hand corner, we're doing every single World Cup game as a watch along with live comments, interaction, big debate points. This is where you want to be throughout the World Cup. We've had, don't get us started on VAR. We've got some people saying it should be a penalty. Some people it shouldn't. Some people will be supporting Germany. Some people will be supporting Sweden. It's just a great place for everyone to get together and watch the World Cup throughout the World Cup. England tomorrow. My team England. I've got my England shirt ready. Looking forward to that. Lindelof's playing his number 3 for Sweden. Didn't play in their first game because of a bit of an injury. Not injury, sorry, a bit of an illness. I think Sweden have struggled a little bit with the illness. Oh my God. Getting in again behind. Royce behind there. One pass and he's in behind. Tries to square it, and it's actually Lindelof who does very, very well to block Werner. Good defending by Lindelof, but it's a corner. Good to see. Another short corner from Germany. It's a strong one, that. But they're hanging on the last man, this German defenders. Almost offside, onside, looking for the little slip-ins and the spins. Archie says that Lindelof's been poor so far. I think he started off quite well, to be honest. Amazing what you see, isn't it? You just stopped across there, mate. Daniel Rowland says he thinks Germany are going to... Again, look at another ball over the top and they're not tracking back. Goal kick. I can't see an out ball for Sweden at the moment. It's just relentless. Sweden nervous, says Xander. If Germany loses this game, they're out, says Stewie. I tell you what, I think it's a long, long way to start thinking Germany are going to lose this game. In the first few minutes, it's been utter domination and they're getting in a lot. Sweden's best chance of goals is going to really be picking up free kicks and chucking in long balls. Yes, Zuden's right. Kwesi Brown's right. Sweden's fullbacks need to stay back. They're getting pulled forward and then they're getting in behind. SB says Royce is so good. It's amazing that he's touching 30, isn't he? Marco Royce, and this is his first World Cup. He normally always gets injured just before it. The pressure is real, says Bottled Fire. But you know what though, Germany, what do we say about Germany? Efficient. They get things done. All week they will have not liked losing to Mexico, and they won't be like Argentina where it's like, oh, we're going to fold. They'll be like, no, we sort this out, we get it right. So they will be responding to this, Germany. We've had a few shocks on the watch-along, so let's brace ourselves. Snap says, I don't think we're going to have a few shocks today. I think it's going to be... I don't think we're going to have a shocker today. I think we're going to see Germany arrive in this World Cup by the looks of it. Which, we'll see how it goes, could have massive ramifications for the first knockout stage. I.e., we could see Germany, Brazil in the knockout stage. And I wonder whether Brazil will try and avoid that. I don't think they can because Serbia is a cup final. They lose to Serbia, Brazil are out. They beat Serbia, they probably have to play Germany if Germany win this. Interesting group, this one. The Mexico-Germany group has probably become one of the interesting groups. Here we go. We might have a one-on-one here. Go on. Go on. Is he giving a penalty? No. Berg just about to pull the trigger, and I think he got a little bit of a foul from behind, but the referee, they're shouting for VAR, and I don't think they're going to get it. The ref's played it on. So, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see from that again. Don't know. Where is VAR, Paul? We've not even seen it back ourselves yet, but this bold referee ain't going to give anything. And VAR obviously feels there was nothing in it, so we have to presume it was a good tackle. VAR is interesting though, isn't it? Because it has a good couple of days and then it has a bad couple of days. We've not seen the incident back yet. What a chance is right, Anthony Martial. He's through one-on-one and doesn't pull the trigger. I think he got himself a little bit too close to Noor anyway, but he doesn't get the shot away. And we've got a free kick now. Let's see if we're going to see it back. Here it is. Boateng it is. It's a penalty. It's a bloody penalty. He clatters him just before he's about to take the shot. It's a penalty. He doesn't get the ball. It's a penalty. VAR saving the Germans. Unbelievable. Again. VAR just does not work. It doesn't work. How can you have a system that works when it decides to work when it feels like it? Shocking. Absolutely shocking. It was a penalty and he should have been sent off. I mean, that is what annoys me the most. I mean, Litch says it's not a penalty. How is it not a penalty, mate? I love the opinion, so give us a little bit more, but how is it not a penalty? The forward's about to pull his trigger, pull the shot, and the German defender puts himself across, doesn't touch the ball, and knocks the defender as he's about to shoot. It's a penalty. He doesn't touch the ball. You're not allowed to make contact with the player unless it's going to be with the ball as well. It's a penalty. It's shocking that VAR will have seen that and they don't pull it back. I mean, the system's broke, isn't it? We're meant to be, VAR, whether rightly or wrongly, is meant to make injustices disappear and make the decisions and the debate disappear. And that's twice now, 3 times altogether. But the last 2 nights, Mitrovic, and then tonight for Berg for Sweden, 2 penalties not given, not referred. I don't get it. I do not get what's going on with this VAR. But it is making a bloody shambles of this World Cup. In a game like this as well for Sweden, they're probably not going to get many chances. They should have a penalty. Where's the justice there? Where is the justice? They've been robbed. Robbed. This absolutely unfair. So totally unfair. Rigged, says Luke Skywalker. I don't understand it yet again. You start to think you understand the VAR system. All right, the referee didn't see it, but they've got a bank of 5 referees watching that back. We watched it back 2 times and we're like, it's a penalty. So how can 5 qualified referees not see that and say, ref, you need to review what you've just missed? I don't get it. Young Lord said, if it was the other way round, Germany would have got the penalty. Yeah, well, they would have done because it is a penalty. 100% penalty, absolutely terrible decision, says it's Teal. Last man brought down, should have been a red card too, says Aaron Chen. Yeah, well, VAR's just kept Germany in the World Cup. Simple as that. Shocking. Leaves a terrible taste in the mouth. What a shame. What an absolute shame. We didn't want a decision like that. That's what VAR is meant to get rid of. And just, you don't want that sort of thing. You do not want that sort of thing happening. And it's totally and utterly wrong. Absolutely wrong. They would have had a red card. Yeah, the penalty might have gone in or it might have been saved. But Germany would have been down to 10 men as well. They lose this game and they're out of the World Cup. It's absolutely shocking. Shocking. I don't blame the referee so much. Although he should get the decision right. But I do blame the VAR system. It's disgusting. Isaiah says it sucks because you just know Germany's going to go on and put the game away when it could have been something exciting. But justice hasn't been served. That's the thing, isn't it? You know, Colombia, first 5 minutes against Japan, they have a man sent off. Japan score the penalty. They have to play 85 minutes. They lose the game. Japan deservedly win it. Germany, oh no, we don't want Germany to lose because they'll be out. We've got our first debate point of the night, haven't we? And I'm not going to move on from that. I think it's a disgrace. Absolute disgrace. I don't agree with VAR anyway. I really don't agree with VAR. And I can understand how a referee on his own on the pitch can make a mistake and you move on. But what I will not accept is that when there is a VAR panel and they are there to review those things. Now, I was expecting when I saw that back that Boateng's made a great tackle. He hasn't. He's made a blatantly obvious foul on the last man and should be sent off, as well as a penalty. It's just wrong. Gary Wells says it seems like the VAR referees are scared to overrule the referee. Maybe they're out for lunch, says Bahani. Without VAR, we would be in the same situation, says Zanescope, which I'm happy about. I don't mind that. I don't mind the injustice. I don't think we'd even be going on about it now. We'd be going, oh, Germany are so lucky. That would have been a red card. It should have been. The referee's crap, this, that and the other. That's, you know, that's fine. But when you bring a system in that you want people to adapt to, and then it fails like that, you cannot trust it. You cannot trust it. Why am I so mad? Because I'm a passionate football fan, Adagio. I mean, I really am enjoying this World Cup and I'm a passionate fan. And that, in the context of this game, is a huge error to make. When you've got a system in place, let's not forget, VAR is in place to remove injustices like that, and it allows it. And I cannot... How can I back or understand that system for the rest of this tournament when I know that this is the third time it's blatantly not pulled up penalties? Mitrovic last night... That one tonight, Harry Kane the other night, it's a disgrace. I never wanted VAR anyway, Pankaj. I'm with you. Daniel Rowland's not happy about it. Well, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Just listening to a few comments on Twitter, somebody was saying that the VAR can only be used when it's an obvious mistake. If it's an obvious mistake, they can refer it. If it's borderline, then they won't. I still do not see how you can say a tackle where he doesn't touch the ball is not an obvious mistake. I think they are penalising Sweden because their striker got the shot away. I think that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to say because he got the shot away, it's not a penalty. That's the only thing I can think of. But he doesn't get the shot away properly because he gets tackled and fouled. And Xander's right. If VAR can go either way, why don't we just get rid of it and leave it to the referees? Anyway, Germany have not been as dominant in the last 10 minutes, so let's see what Sweden can do. I tell you what though, Germany are wide open at the back, exactly like they were against Mexico. Apparently VAR was seen and they determined it was not clear and obvious, says Zukish. It's funny that, isn't it? Because we, on this channel, were watching it back and because it hadn't been given, I think all our assumption was that when we see it back, it's going to be a fair tackle and we're just about to go, oh yeah, he got the ball. So we've got it prejudiced. We think, obviously, they've not gone to VAR, so it must be a great tackle. Then we see it back and we're like, no, it's very clear a foul. So just shows, you know, we weren't looking at it with Swedish tinted glasses. We were looking at it expecting to see a tackle, and we didn't. We saw a foul. So does anyone remember the Nishimura penalty on Croatia versus Brazil? As a Swede, I'm devastated, says Jack Lundmark. Well, exactly. If you are Swedish, it must be bloody horrible to have that injustice against you. And it was an injustice. DJ Dales says, I'm sure they referred it, but ref chose not to view it. These are the rules I don't understand with VAR. I don't know how it works. I don't know whether the ref gets told to review it or he gets told he doesn't have to review it. I don't know. Mad Marcus says, clear penalty from our one angle. VAR has multiple angles. Yeah, they've messed up. They've messed up. Sukash still hopes that Germany wins. That's fine, mate. It's all about opinion, mate. Kay says, it wasn't clear and obvious. Well, it was. I could do a better job than them, and then gives them a bit of abuse. For me, I think I'm using the World Cup as a barometer to whether we should have VAR, and I would say no, because there's been 3. You know, if you think about the Mitrovic game last night, if they got that penalty, it was 1-1. They score it, it's 2-1. The worst thing Serbia are going to do is draw. The England game, they got away. They still won it, but they had to get a last-minute winner to win it. They were robbed by Harry Kane. And this tonight, who knows what's going to happen? Are Sweden going to get another chance to get Germany down to 10 men? Are they going to get another chance to have a penalty? I think you can get at this German team anyway, H Gaming Man. I think you're right. It says Germany aren't winning this World Cup. They're not as good as they were last World Cup. I think he's got them set up wrong. Whack him low. I think he's got them set up wide open at the back. I'm doing all right, Danny Kirsch. How are you? Some of that's right. If VAR's not fit for purpose, why use it? Yeah, I'm going to a few United games next season, Joe. He's got a nose running like a river, says Crispin. Well, I suppose in the context of the game, we've got to move on from the VAR incident, and Sweden have settled down. I thought the first 10 minutes they were on the ropes, and the game has settled down a bit. Anthony Muller. I can't even read it out, but you made me laugh. Johnny D, it says it's brought in to bring in to stop injustices, but it just brings in more money. Anyway, Sweden are coming into this game more, which is important, obviously. Please do share the button, everybody. Underneath the video, there's a share button. Please share it. Share it on Facebook, Twitter. If you've got accounts, that'd be great. Let's see if we can get more people involved. We've already had a massive debate chat about the VAR penalty, and I'm sure we'll have a look at that at half-time. But we've still got 20 minutes to go in this half. Sweden have settled themselves down a bit, and Germany have gone off the boil a bit. They started off very fast. I think Sweden would love to pick up a few free kicks in and around the Germany box. But they're keeping the ball a little bit at the moment. And as they approach the box, might get a cross in here. This is what they need to do. It's not a bad cross. And that'll be a corner, which is good. Mini Morner says, what VAR does is take away the blame from the refs and puts it onto the VAR. It's why the refs want it, so they do not get so much heat on them. It's utter crap. That's an interesting point from Mini Morner, isn't it? Instead of us going on at the referee about that blatant mistake, we're now going, how can them refs in the box, not in the VAR box, not get it right? Corner to Sweden anyway, and these are the opportunities that they really need to ram it home. Luke Skywalker says Germany should win, but as a Swede, I hope for a point at least. You never know, bigger miracles have happened. Well, they have. But you've got to feel that sense of injustice that you should have had a penalty and possibly a red card. I don't know how the double punishment rule works. Somebody was saying on Twitter that he wouldn't have got a red card anyway because the penalty would have been sufficient. However, how did that work for Colombia then? I don't know. Is that because he stopped a goal scoring opportunity? I'm just going to turn my light on. Wait a minute. It's getting a little bit darker, so We need light number 2. There we go. A little bit more lighting. Well, if I was Swedish, I'd feel a little bit more comfortable about it now. The game's settled a little bit, and Germany are not as dominant. And I think Sweden just needed that time to settle a little bit, although I was hoping I wasn't going to give them some bad luck there because they might have scored. Remember, subscribe if you're new. If you are new to this channel, this is That's Football. It's a watch-along for every single World Cup game. So join in the community and have your say. Every single World Cup game will be live. I'm doing England tomorrow. I'll have the England 3 Lions on. Big shout out for England. Let's do it tomorrow. But we've done every single game today. Every single game in the World Cup so far. And every single game is throwing up debate points. We've been talking about that penalty for Sweden, or not penalty, you might think, for the last 10 minutes. We'll revisit that at half-time, I'm sure. But Sweden have definitely settled into this game now after a shaky first few minutes. And I don't know whether Germany are going to make a substitution here, because they've been playing with 10. This is probably why they've settled a little bit, because they've had to make a substitution now, but they've been playing with 10 minutes for a while, 10 men for a while, because Ruddy got a bad smack to the face, unable to carry on, so Gundogan's on, which will make them even more expansive. I'd never shake Joachim Löw's hand. Anyway, Sweden are on the attack here. It's a crap ball. Germany should get clear, and they do. So Germany back up to 11 men, which is probably why I felt they'd settled quite well, Sweden, because they were playing against 10 men for a little bit. Sweden have got a bit of momentum now, says Jack. I think that it might have been because they were playing against 10 men. JC Foster says, loving the streams, Mark. And yes, get in! He's given it as well. Sweden, 1-0. Justice is served. Get in there. Justice. 1-0 to Germany. I don't know what happens. Neuer makes himself big. And that is a massive goal. Massive goal for Sweden. Hashtag Sweden. Brilliant goal. Well, I don't even know if it's a great goal, but it's a deserved goal. And the Swiss take the lead. Get in. Get right in there and take some of that. They deserve it. They absolutely deserve it, because they've had a penalty taken away from them, and Sweden score. And I don't really know how it happens, really. Goal, says Luke Skywalker. It's a mistake from Kroos, and they slip it in. It's over the top. It's between the two defenders, and he pokes his foot out, and Neuer's already committed himself to come off his line, and it goes up and over him. And it's a fantastic finish, to be fair, unless it goes off the defender. No, it doesn't. What a finish. I thought Rudiger might have helped it on, but he didn't. Lovely finish by Toivonen. And Sweden have only got what they deserve in this game. They deserve that goal because they should have had a penalty. And if the case is that they wouldn't have had a man sent off anyway, then justice has been served. If anyone wants to go and check that, would if the penalty had been given, would they have sent the defender off, or would he have stayed on because he can't have a double punishment? Because if that's not the case, we've got bang on justice, which is exactly what is deserved. But that one goal now makes it very interesting. I'm not saying Germany are out of this; they're far from out of it, but it gives Sweden something to hang on to. Absolutely rocking. We'll have a sing-song for ABBA at full time if it happens. He's doing his old nose thing again, low. Anyway, I've got to change the score, but yeah, that's a goal I've not celebrated like that in the World Cup so far for a while. When justice is served, and you know, if Germany come back and win it now, fair enough. But that's justice. They deserved that, didn't they? Curtis15 says it's not justice because with that goal they'd be 2-0 up. It swings and roundabouts, isn't it? The game has followed the same pattern at 0-0. If they'd had the penalty, then Germany would have been following a different pattern as well. Come on, Sweden. Get in there, says Miles Butterworth. The winner takes it all. Let's leave that to number full-time Douglas. But see how it goes. Germany, if they come back from this, they're probably gonna deserve it. Lich Kalot says, fun fact, Toivonen hasn't scored any goals in 23 matches this season. He looked a bit surprised by the goal, didn't he, to be fair? But he took it very well. I think Manuel Neuer loves to come off his line, and I think he probably came off a little bit too quick, because that finish should never go in, really, unless the goalkeeper's come off his line, because it lobs up over him. So we're a long way off Germany losing this game, though. But from Sweden's point of view, I think we were talking about it before, a point for them would be fantastic. They just need to get to half-time now. It's really important if they can get to... Joey says Tolvanen's crap. I'm really surprised. It's the World Cup, mate. It's a great leveller. Good players go missing and crap players become heroes. A lot of people moaning, saying at 2-0 the game would have been over. I don't agree with that 2-0 thing, though. I don't. I mean, technically you're right. They've scored a goal and then the penalty would have been 2-0. But I think you've always got to think about a game. And, like, if Sweden had scored that penalty, I think Germany would have gone up a gear for 15 minutes. And in that 15 minutes, they might have made it 1-1. I think what actually happened is they didn't get the penalty and the game followed the same routine and then Sweden got the goal. So I don't think you can say, oh, it should have been, it might have been 2-0. It might have been, but I think the game would have gone differently. Germany will get knocked out if they lose. If they lose, Germany are out. If they draw, they're still okay. And if they win, obviously they're still okay. So we're a long way off that. We're a long way off that. Sweden barely even qualified and now they might eliminate the world champion, says Zach Coley. Long way to go, long way to go. Just enjoy the game for what it is. Enjoy the game for what it is. Another cross coming in. That's all they need to do in this game is just keep trying to stay tight at the back and try and create opportunities in the other half, because I no doubt Germany at some points are going to create good chances and they're probably going to score themselves, but if they can just keep at it, who knows? Still 8 minutes to half time. That's got to be the first incentive for Germany, as far as for Sweden, is to get in at half-time still 1-0 up. But a little bit of a mess about there. Olsen, the goalkeeper, no messing around, just smashes it up the other end of the pitch. Anvesh is off to bed. Hopefully they're going to win. Crossed, well up. Ernst Tabri says, if that was Pogba that gave up the goal, the media would be calling for him to be sent home from Russia and sold from Man United. Here we go. Oh, just wide. I thought it was a goal. The very next day. Thanks for that, Ernst Tabri. Shot from distance, keeper spills it, Muller's in there, and I think they managed to clamber it for a corner, but it was very close. A lot of people saying close, very, very close. Germany are another team who don't like to put a cross in the box, are they? I don't know why. They try and play this tiki-taka crap themselves. Show us that chance again. Here it is. Shot from distance. Flips up. Keeper's down. Good save. Bounces it back into the area. Muller. Oh, it's fortuitous because it could have just rolled in and it rolls just side of the post. It would have been a really lucky goal, so I'm glad it went wide. Don't know what Muller's on about there. Probably asking for his penalty. Abby says Lindelof's been fantastic today. Douglas makes a good point. Is Manuel Neuer actually match fit? There you go. They might have a break on here, Sweden. Switch of the play. What you got to do with Germany is defend well and hit them on the break because they leave so much space. Come on, Sweden. You've just got to work hard now till half time. Well, those people who are talking about Lindelof, you're right. It's a great test for him tonight against a very good set of players. And if he comes out of that test as a good centre-back, then why should he not be playing for Manchester United next season? If he didn't play for United and he had a great game tonight, people would be saying, we should go and sign Lindelof. Bahani's on about Thomas Muller not being the same player anymore. I don't think over the last 2 years he gets picked that much for Bayern Munich anymore either. I don't think he is that same sort of player again. I mean, Van Gaal wanted to spend about 90 million on him 3 years ago. Germany will still win the tournament, says Silent Fusion. That might sound like a ridiculous comment at the moment, but you know what? If they win the second half, they get out the group, they've got as much chance as anybody. I think Aaron O'Brien's right. Germany don't really have a shape at the moment. Everyone's just running around everywhere. And even they're making the same mistakes as the Mexico game where they're getting exploited. They're pushing their fullbacks on and then they're getting cut open on the break. And a team with pace. Oh, I mean, imagine if they got through and they had to play Brazil. Yeah, Kevin, I agree with you. There's going to be more goals in this game. Probably the German way. Here we go. They've got a break on again, Sweden. Go for the box. He might get it. Oh, what a tackle that was. Brilliant tackle, because I tell you what, they were away there. Germany were in. I think he should have hit it first time, and he tried to do what Hernandez did and just turn inside the defender to get the shot away. And he did an absolutely brilliant tackle. Brilliant tackle, because that could have been 2-0. But it just shows you that Germany are there to be got at on the break. Really good tackle. Kwesi, he should have took it first time. But then again, if he hadn't took it first time and he'd cut inside and finished it, we would have said brilliant composure. But he did make a hash of it. You're right, Isaiah Daniel. A lot of people saying Sweden unlucky not to be 2-0 up. They don't seem to want to put the cross into the box enough though, Germany, do they? I don't know whether it's because they're lacking height with Timo Werner and Royce and Draxler. Ooh, little cheeky shot there from Boateng. Sorry, yeah, it was Boateng. Germany is so prone to the counter. Wow, says Andrew Rossi. Yeah, I think they're trying to play on the front foot a lot, aren't they? And it was Klassen who tried to come inside the number 3. It was a very lucky tackle because if he mistimes it, it's a penalty. But he basically just throws his foot at it. 2 minutes of added time. SB says, look at Germany. There's no shape. There's no midfield. You're all making me laugh about your Joachim Low comments, to be honest. Salim says his prediction is Sweden 2-1. Well, my prediction's gone wrong again. I said 2-0 to Germany. I want Sweden to win, but I went with my head, and obviously that was wrong. I think that's a goal kick. So I think this is going to be 1-0 at half time, which is step 1 done for Sweden. The curse of the defending champions, says DDG. Yeah, there's some stat that like 3 out of the last 4 tournaments, the champions have gone out in the opening group stage. Jordan Thompson says that they're panicking, Sweden. Sorry, Germany are panicking. If they played their normal game, they'd beat Sweden. Jordan went 3-1 Germany and Sweden 1-0 at half-time. Keep an eye out for that one then. Storyface, do you think there's been quality in this World Cup or are all teams poor? Oh, what a save that was. Good cross, good header. And Neuer at full stretch saves it. Larsson's got a lovely cross. Gets on it well. It's going in the bottom corner and Neuer makes a great save. And that's half-time. And Lowe's in to go on. Wait, he won't wash his hands, will he? 1-0 to Sweden at half-time. What a half. What a half of football that was. Yeah, what a half of football that was. A class save by Neuer at the end there from Phil Mitchell, says. And Abadabadoo. Abadabadoo, says Devil's Aim. What's the name of the game? Does it mean anything? Money, money. That's no good. Chuck your ABBA songs in there because we're having a bit of a good time there. But justice was served. Justice was served in that game. The big talking point was that Berg was running through one-on-one. I think it's Boateng who puts his foot across him. He still gets the shot away, but there's no touch on the ball from Boateng. There's a touch on Berg before he takes the shot. No penalty, no VAR review, and I think everybody who sees that knows it was a penalty. Whether he should have been sent off or not, I don't know. There's some talk about a double jeopardy rule that you can't be sent off as well. I don't know about that, but Sweden certainly should have had a penalty. 15 minutes after that, they get the goal. Tovinen running through, Neuer comes out, lips it over the top of him, 1-0 to Sweden, and that is maintained till half-time. Deserved. Sweden deserved to be 1-0 up. Germany came out like a train, an absolute train. The first 5 to 10 minutes, it looked bad for Sweden. Germany were getting in, they were spinning in behind, couldn't create that clinical finish chance, but after that 10-minute point, Germany stopped, Sweden got a foot in the game and they go in at half-time 1-0. Let's not forget, if Germany lose this game, they are going home. The champions are going home. But we still got a long time to go yet. I think Sweden, Obviously, they'll be dreaming they can win this game now, but a point for them would be a fantastic point. Germany need to win this game. Even if they get a draw, it leaves them in a very difficult situation in the last game because Sweden would have 4 points now if they drew, and Mexico would be effectively qualified, and Germany would need to beat South Korea. So it leaves it very, very difficult. Germany have not scored Red Jedi. It is currently 1-0 to Sweden in this game, and it is half time. I reckon Germany will come back into this. They must know how important the game is, says Louis2705. Well, they're playing for their futures. Joachim Low will be sacked if they go out of this tournament. A lot of these players will not play in another World Cup. They are the champions. And the one thing I would always say about Germany is, yes, over the years, Spain have messed up. Yes, over the years, France have messed up and Argentina and teams like that. But Germany very rarely mess up. They are the efficient Germans on the football pitch. And they find a way. They always find a way to the end of these tournaments. Even 2002, when they were a crap German side, didn't they get to the final and play Brazil? So Germany are very, very efficient and have a very, very good knack of getting to the end of tournaments, even when they've not played particularly well. So, yeah, the odds are against Sweden getting the result in this. But as the blueprint to the game, they're doing very, very well at the moment, and long may that continue. Let's take some of your comments. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you're new. Bottom right-hand corner, we're doing a watch-along for every single World Cup game. So get involved. It's England tomorrow at 1 p.m. Really looking forward to that one. But we're doing every single World Cup game. We've done every single World Cup game so far. So get involved. If you're watching the World Cup games, get on YouTube, get on That's Football and join the chat. And I tell you my favourite bits are when there are some contentious issues, and that Sweden penalty certainly was one. How long have I been saying Modric is far ahead of Kroos, says Hala Madrid. New lineup for Low and it didn't work, did it, says SB. Germany seem to be completely shook and don't know what to do, says Brian Startzel. Rochak says Bay and Lindelof must start next season for United. And Germany are out with the draw. Guarantee Mexico will not even try to beat Sweden, says Marcus Burton. Yeah, that would put it out of their hands. That would put it out of their hands. Drop a like for a Sweden win, guys, says Snaps. And have you heard the news of the Fellaini statue at Old Trafford? Yeah, whatever. England are going to win the World Cup if Germany get knocked out, says Sarah Cantello. And they are efficient, but everyone has to have a bad tournament every so often. And this is hilarious so far, says Crimson Kate, 82. What I'd say about Germany, though, and it's the same thing as the Mexico game, they're not creating clear chances, are they? I mean, they're not bad. Things are happening in the penalty box, but the clear-cut chances just aren't falling for them. Why do you think big countries are struggling in this World Cup, says 10RR Football? Well, we've discussed that a few times, haven't we? And I think they're struggling in this World Cup because the gap is closing between the perceived lesser teams and the top teams. You look at Mexico, you look at teams like Sweden and Switzerland. Yeah, Brazil and Germany and France, they're the status quo. They've got the best players. They've got way more best players than anybody else. But their lesser teams are becoming more organised. They play more as a team. They're not focused on individuals. I mean, you could even say it about Sweden. No Zlatan. Are they a better team without Zlatan? Because Zlatan takes the corners. Zlatan, well, doesn't take the corners, but he takes the free kicks. Everything goes through Zlatan. You remove the star and you play as a team and you get a better team. Biosphere, just imagine Jesse Lingard lifting the World Cup, says Bio20. Gundogan for Rudy was a big drop. Gundogan's not disciplined enough, says Eric Ward. That was very unfortunate to lose Rudy, though, weren't they? I mean, it's just a nose injury, isn't it, that he can't seem to get over. Germany remind me of Spain when they went out in the group stage a few years ago. Timo Werner is poor, says Joy Deep. I think what Timo Werner does to Sweden, to Germany, is prevent them being able to put the ball into the box. They remind me a lot of Spain in the way that they're playing. They are passing, overpassing. There seems to be a reluctance to put the ball in the box. They don't, even their corners, they don't want to put their corners in the box, which is crazy when you think about they've got two big centre-backs that they can send forward. So I think Timo Werner is the sort of striker that probably works for a club that's wanting to hit teams on the break. But when you're playing for Germany, you're going to have to break teams down. And I think maybe bring Gomez on. Maybe bring Gomez on to allow you to be able to put the ball into the box. They can't put the ball into the box. They don't want to put the ball in the box, and that is making them pretty easy to defend against. He's no closer, says Phil Mitchell. Not closer, I'd have a hat-trick by now. No Sane, no Partey. No Sane, no Partey. Low is a clown for dropping him, says QOF. I'm a big fan of Leroy Sane. United fan. But I like Leroy Sané. I think he's a good player. Lindelof's done very well, active Dan. I think Lindelof's been good. I'm going to talk about Lindelof on the United Stand at 9 o'clock, actually, and say, really open up the debate about whether he should be our centre-back next season or whether we need to sign somebody. It's Teal says he's done pretty well as well. What do you think of Liverpool's rumoured 158 million bid for Asensio, says Unas Al-Mahmoud. 1, Liverpool haven't got 158 million, and 2, the new Real Madrid manager, who is the former manager of Spain, is not going to sell Spain's best up-and-coming attacker, so it's not going to happen. Stuart Collins, that Sweden goal reminded me of Goat's goal in the final. And Sane was average while playing for Germany, though, says Red Devils fan. I did hear that, to be fair. I have heard that. No Lahm, no party, says Carlos Rose. Well, they do miss Philipp Lahm. They miss Schweinsteiger, don't they? I know Schweinsteiger wasn't necessarily starting games in 2014, but 2 big leaders. Maybe they do miss a bit of leadership. But having said that, you don't expect Germany to be so shaky, do you? Germany should play Karius in goal. Omar, you made me laugh there. I think because scouting is so wide, players from the smaller nations are being found and developing more, says Fable. Yes. Bottled Fire, for this performance so far, would you want Boateng? I said no to Boateng after the Mexico game. And I'd still say no to Boateng now for the same reason. He looks slow. And in the Premier League, you've got to be fast. And he looks slow. And he looks clumsy. I would not take Boateng at Manchester United. I would not take Boateng if I was Liverpool or City or anyone like that, especially when they want 40 to 50 million quid. Bayern Munich have a brilliant tendency to sell players when they're finished. Look what they did to United with Schweinsteiger. Sjogrens from Sweden, he says, come on, massive 45 minutes for Sweden. Let's remember, if Sweden win this, they and Mexico are through, Germany and South Korea are out. And they miss closer as well. Lloyd Maestro, you're right. Clear penalty, the panel are saying, Carmichael. Roy Keane says things I think Roy Keane says things for effects, doesn't he? He just likes to be controversial. It was 100% a penalty. 100% a penalty, he's wrong. Samuel Roos. Sweden in the house. Remember to subscribe if you're new. Bottom right hand corner, we're going to try and get to 38,300 subscribers tonight. So remember, every night at 7 o'clock for the 7 o'clock games, every 1 o'clock for the 1 o'clock games, every 4 o'clock for the 4 o'clock games. We've got every World Cup as a watch along on That's Football. So get involved. Thanks everybody tonight who is involved. And we're building a brilliant community here over the World Cup. And we've had some great talking points already. And I'm pretty sure that that second half is going to give us a few more as well. Mark, do you think that it's fair that Messi is a scapegoat, even though the Argentinians have Aguero, Dybala and other world-class players? 10RR football. I think it is fair because Messi is not Aguero, is he? Aguero is world-class, but Messi and Ronaldo are galaxy class. They are on a different level and Messi should be able to turn up. Look out for Gundogan, says Silliman. The World Cup of the underdog, love it, says Red Jedi. Yeah. Look, I want Germany to go out. I want Germany to go out. But if they come out in this second half and they get back in it and they go to the back end of the tournament and they win it, fair play to them. But I simply want Germany to go out the World Cup because it will pique my interest if the established teams start going out and the new breed start going through. And that's what I want to see. I want to see a World Cup winner who's never won it before. That interests me. I want to see the gap closing. I want to see a diverse, wide pool of teams that can win a World Cup. I want to see that. And I think this tournament, we could. I still think it's a bit of a big ask, but I think we could see that. And all the Germans here are drunk already, says Jay Hart. If Germany goes out, who do you think will win it? Says Yasser Sayed. I still think Spain are the threat. Forsberg isn't a bad player, says Quavers. Mick Deb, I don't care if he's my hero or not. He's wrong. It was a penalty. It was 100% a penalty. If Roy Keane says it's not a penalty, I'm sorry, he's wrong. It was a penalty. Argentina's coach, why is Di Maria and Lowe Celso playing and delivering balls in and make the defence honest? Already over. I think the smaller nations, Sweden, Mexico, are having success so far because they have a workman-like spirit like Burnley last season and Leicester when they won the league. What a comment that is from Joshua Sharp. I think you're spot on, Joshua. I think a team in a system that's working together will always outdo a team that is focused on an individual. They will. Barcelona are a team. Despite having Messi, they're a team. Real Madrid with Ronaldo are a team. Messi with Argentina are not a team. They're about an individual. And I think Neymar, Brazil, they are a bit of a team, but they are also a bit Neymar-centric. I don't think Brazil are going to win this tournament. Look at Spain. They don't have an individual. They're a team. A team wins the World Cup. Germany were a team in 2014. A team wins a World Cup. The individual thing doesn't work. And you can have the best individuals, but if you're not a team... And the problem is, when you've got the best individuals, if they come with an ego, look at France, Griezmann, Pogba, are they a team? I don't think they are a team. Muller is rubbish, says Uzar. The Polish judge is biased, says Suleiman Besha. Look, I think it was a penalty to Sweden, but actually, as I said in the first half, I still don't think you can say it should be 2-0, because if they score the penalty, I think Sweden would have gone on the back foot then, and I think Germany would have gone on the front foot. So would they have got that second goal? It could have been 2-0, because at 1-0, that cross comes in onto the back post. He tries to cut inside. The defender throws his foot out backwards and luckily hits the ball. If not, he's in to pull the trigger, isn't he? Draxler, is he overrated? That's a very good question, Toby the Greatest. And I don't think Draxler has set the world on fire. I've heard a few United fans say, would you take Draxler at Manchester United? And he's at PSG and he's not set the world on fire, has he? So it's a tough one. It's a tough one. Oh, look. What did we say? Get Gomez on so they can hit the long ball in. It's almost like we know what we're talking about. What were we saying at half time? They're scared of putting the ball into the box. They need to get somebody on that they can put the ball in the box to. This could be a big, big change. And it's Draxler who goes off. But this could be a big, big change for Germany because now they can put the ball into the box. And that will make a big, big difference. A big difference because they were scared to put the ball into the box because they didn't have any height in there. Now Gomez is on. Yeah, it might not be pretty football, but it gives them that opportunity to put the ball in the box now, which I think will change the dynamic of the German team. Olsen for Sweden has kept 5 consecutive clean sheets. Can he keep at it? Remember, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Bottom right hand corner, every single World Cup game is a watch along on That's Football. England tomorrow. England tomorrow. Anyway, we're about to get kicked off for this second half. Kick it off, ref. Kick it off, ref. Stop messing with your watch. I presume Werner will go out wide now, where Draxler was. He'll go wide to the left. Gomez through the middle. Royce to the right. But Germany still need to be careful that they don't leave the back door open, because Germany, even if Germany get 1-1, they'll probably still go for 2-1. So they've got to be careful. They've got to be careful. Raj says, loving the watch-alongs. Amazing to interact with everyone around the world. Solid community. Yeah, it's been brilliant. Let us know where you're watching from. My comments are not showing up on the live chat on the screen, says Joshua Jager. Well, I've just seen it there, mate. H Gaming Man says, who do you think is going to win the World Cup? I don't actually know, so if people want to put in the live comments, let them know. I still think a draw would be a cracking result for Sweden, but you've got to feel that Germany will come back into it with all the quality they've got and knowing that they're going out of the World Cup. It's just not the German way, is it? It's not the German way. The timer needs to go up. Yes, thank you. So we're 58 seconds in. As you can see just below the score, we're 58 seconds in. We're now a minute into the second half. Anyway, here's Germany's first opportunity to put a cross into the box. They put a low one in and Sweden clear. Arta's watching from Brazil. Adoch is watching from Croatia. We've got Belgium people watching. We've got India, Croatia, Japan. Japan tomorrow against Senegal. That could be a massive game. Whoever wins that puts themselves through. Jack predicted a Brazil-Spain final. I still think Spain are the team. SB makes a good point. Lindelof's weakness is he might get out-muscled by Gomez. That's going to be the battle now for Sweden. They have got somebody in the German team who's just going to hang around and get on the end of crosses. And he is massive, Gomez. So it's a different option for Germany and it's a different problem for Sweden. Emmanuel's watching from Ghana. It really is the World Cup of watch-alongs, isn't it? We've got people watching from all over the world, but you're all welcome, no matter who you support. And it's a goal for Germany at last. It's Marco Reus. Olsen can do nothing about it. It's a little bit of a scrappy, fortuitous goal, but they get the cross in and they get the goal. It's a bit of a shame that it's gone in so early because, again, Sweden starting off a little bit slow, I think. And they got the goal. Cross coming in. It's Werner out on that left-hand side now. He crosses it low. And Royce, I mean, he does well, but there's no power on it at all. He just sort of guides it with his knee. I think the keeper's just flat-footed there. I mean, I know this keeper gets a lot of credit for Sweden, but I think he's caught flat-footed there. I think he should do a little bit better. What? Do you want to drink? Yes, please. Oh! Kroos hits it, deflects, just goes wide. They're on the ropes again. Exactly the same thing from the first half. Sweden are on the ropes. They're on the ropes. They started the first half like this, Germany. Absolutely 100 miles an hour. Sweden all over the shop. And it started like it again. And now they're just queuing up. What is it about the top teams and lucky goals? I mean, it goes in off his bloody knee. Grant Walker says Sweden have got their pants around their ankles at the moment. Germany are just putting the ball into the box now. Says Stuart Collins, and he's right. They're just going to put balls into the box. It's a total different way of playing for them now. You can't see Germany. You can't see Sweden hanging on, can you? Let's be honest. Can't see them hanging on. They've got like 40 minutes to hang on here. Corner for Germany. Well, cross for Germany. So much height for them now. They're not turning away. Side netting from Muller. But they've got a lot of height on the pitch and they're not afraid to put the cross into the box now. And to be fair, we did speak about it half time. There's a fear of putting a cross in the first half. And now they're not scared of doing it. Now they do want to put a cross into the box and it's making a difference. Andy Pandy says we're going to hang on, no worries. Germany are showing fight, says Ryan. I wouldn't have expected anything different from them, to be honest. If Germany do get ahead, though, I wonder what they'll do. Will they go for 3-1 or will they sit back a bit? Men versus boys at the moment, says Quavers 12. Cross comes in. Oh, what are you doing? Rubbish from Forsberg. He should be... Forsberg's having a bad game at the moment. He keeps giving the ball away and it's just causing Germany all sorts of problems. We have got 1,500 people watching at the moment, which is a new record. So please do keep sharing it. And remember, if you are into the World Cup and you want a bit of interaction while the games are on, that's football every single game. Subscribe, bottom right-hand corner, and get involved. Got Germany at the moment. England tomorrow will be live just before 1 o'clock. So that's going to be an interesting one because obviously England fans. So it might be a little bit more... passionate about that, but what a World Cup it's been so far, and thanks to everyone who's getting involved. We've got a great community here. It doesn't matter who you support or where you're from, you're all welcome, and the comments are great, and we're on tenterhooks a little bit here. I think Germany are going to get it done, but it's just typical Germany. You have to admire it because maybe teams like Argentina are they'd flop, they'd give up, they'd bottle it, but you just know with Germany they're not going to accept it. They're not going to go out in the group stage. They can't do it. Baron Des says Forsberg's overrated. I've not been massively impressed with Forsberg. I know he's been mentioned in the past for a move to the Premier League from RB Leipzig. I think he's about 26 or 27 now as well. But he's had the ball a couple of times in this game, and he doesn't seem comfortable on the ball. It always looks like it's never under control. Sweden do need to regroup, Salim. Keegan, I'm English. Of course I support England. I just don't like international breaks in the normal season. But as I've said many a time, when the major tournaments come along, I enjoy it. But I just don't like international breaks in the domestic season. I think it just breaks it up. I like to keep my domestic season away from international football. I think everything should just be done in the summer for international football. Isaiah Daniel says, hands where we can see them low. Werner is very quick. But Timo Werner was a tip for the Golden Boot, wasn't he? A lot of people said, "Oh, he's gonna tear it apart," but I just think he doesn't work as a striker in this system for Germany. He just doesn't work. It's all right having pace, but if you're a team that doesn't hit teams on the break, pace becomes irrelevant, doesn't it? You're better off with a number 9 like Gomez, who's just tall. It makes more of a difference. Crispin, yeah, Sweden are very slow. They're very slow. And if they had a bit of pace, for them, pace would be really good because it would push Germany back a bit. But they're a bit like Iceland, really. They've got to, rely on set plays. I don't know whether Sweden have got anything on the bench with a bit of pace, because I think it would really help them just in this second half to have an outball. Everything for Sweden seems to be based on power and height, but that's not going to help you. Timo Werner's just hugging the touchline now. Good save, Olsen. Got down. Why isn't Ibra playing, says Dylan Gibson. I think he retired quite a while ago, didn't he? Jimmy Durmaz is a Swedish winger with pace, says Suleiman Bashir. I'd consider putting him up front and hit the channels low. because, pardon the pun, whack him. They're not hitting long balls to Berg anyway, are they? It's the ball in behind that's going to hurt Germany. There's a long way to go in this game. You just feel that Germany, it's a bit like Iran, isn't it, against Spain. At some point, there's going to be a dodgy tackle or a little bit of a deflection, and it's going to go against them. They need to find an out ball. They need to find a way to hurt Germany that make Germany think about stepping back a bit. They're just waiting to lose at the moment. And that early goal, the early goal doesn't help them. You want to be clinging on to 1-0 to at least the 70th minute. Get in Germany's head a bit. Don't let them get the momentum. I still think the goalkeeper gets that wrong. I mean, it hits Royce's knee. It's got no power. He just anticipates it going the other way. And I don't know. I think it's a good chance. I don't drink a lot of coffee, Phil. If you're interested in Manchester United, I'm doing the United Stand, which is my other YouTube channel, straight after this at 9 o'clock. Interesting news around Jose Mourinho and some quite shocking transfer talks. And we'll also be talking about Lindelof a little bit as well, whether he's suitable for United and the brilliance of Romelu Lukaku really at the moment. But cross coming in from Sweden there, a rare attack. Lindelof. And Gomez was getting away from Lindelof there. Kaka says, who would England get next round? Well, they'll get somebody from Colombia, Poland, Japan or Senegal's group, won't they? Which we'll know a little bit more about by the time... Well, we won't know tomorrow, but we'll know tomorrow night. Because it's Poland against Colombia at 7 o'clock and it's Japan versus Senegal at 4 o'clock. Both of which we'll be doing watch-alongs for you. If you are massively into this World Cup, like a lot of us are, get involved. Get yourself on YouTube. That's football. When the games kick off, we're live. So, a little bit like the first half at the moment. Germany out the traps very quick in the first 5 minutes. It's settled now a little bit. How Sweden would love a chance. And they're in here. Need to be looking to get the cross in to Berg. It's well overhit, that is. What a shame. Thanks everyone who's joined us tonight. We've got quite a few new people getting involved. Please do subscribe if you are new. Bottom right hand corner. Every World Cup game is a watch along, and this one is on an absolute knife edge, isn't it? Really interesting to see. I think even if Germany get the next goal, it will be interesting because Sweden may as well go for it. And would Germany think, oh, we should defend this because we need the win. We don't want to draw. Oh, is he onside? What a chance that was for Marco Reus to get his second. Cross coming in. I don't think he was offside either. Kimmich puts the cross in. Reus trying to do one of them little flicks, which I think puts Gomez off behind him. And I don't know whether that should have been offside or not. Lindelof's got his hand up. Heart in mouth moment, says Wet Lettuce. Jesus, says Jordan Thompson. We're not going to get an angle to see if it should have been offside, but it wasn't given as offside. We've got 1,500 people watching. Hopefully we'll have 1,500 people watching for the England game tomorrow, because I can promise you now that that's going to be a very different sort of stream to what you've been watching throughout the World Cup, because it matters, doesn't it? I support England, so I might be a little bit more critical. Having said that, it's Panama. I think England have got to be winning that by at least 3 goals. If they've got aspirations of finishing top of the group, Belgium's goal difference is +6 because they beat Panama 3-0. They beat Tunisia 5. So England, if they want to get level with Belgium, they've got to win 5-0 tomorrow. Now that might be a big ask, but it'd be nice to get quite close to that. I certainly don't think England against Panama should be content with, oh yeah, let's just get the win 1 or 2-0. And I would hope that Panama might think, you know what, if we pull off a result, miracles can happen. I'm not supporting the underdog, Lamia, no. Not when I'm English. So Germany still got to find a way through in this. A point's not the end of the world for them, but they want to be winning. Certainly favourites to do it as well with a good half an hour to go. Sweden clear it again. No out ball. See, if they took Berg off and just stuck I'd stick that quick winger you were on about. Took Berg off, put the quick winger up front, and then every time Germany are on the attack... Oh, Kroos should have scored there. Every time Germany are on the attack, if you break the attack up and you just hit the channel, you've got a speedster against Boateng or Rudiger. But what's the point in having a big, tall, slow number 9 as your only outlet, who's slower than their 2 centre-backs? And even if he holds it up, no one's going to get to him. Plus, a quick player is going to be better at closing down, isn't he? He's going to be quicker. It doesn't make any sense to me what Sweden are doing. I think they're making a mistake. Take the big man off. Get a speedster on. Hurt Germany on the break. Because at the moment, the inevitable's coming at some point. Mad Marcus says, what's the situation if Germany draw? They'd have 1 point. Sweden would have 4 points. Mexico would have 6 points. If Sweden and Mexico played out a draw, Germany go out. You'd fancy Germany to beat South Korea, so they'd have 4 points. But if Sweden draw with Mexico, Germany go out. So it would be out of their hands. I'm not saying Mexico would throw a draw just to knock Germany out, but they might do. I can't see this being a draw. I fancy Germany at some point to get an opportunity. Another corner. Kevin O'Callaghan says Sweden are parking the bus. Come on, Sweden, press more. They do. They need an out ball. They need an out ball. I can't believe it. How are we sat here as football fans saying, get somebody on with a bit of pace up front. You need an out ball. And they're just continuing with the same tactics that's bringing them nothing. I mean, Manuel Neuer's basically playing as a sweeper on the halfway line. Jordan Thompson says, I put Germany 3-1 and it's coming. You know what, Jordan? You did say that in the first half. And to be honest with you, you're probably not wrong. I think if Germany did get a second, they'd go for the third rather than sit back. Joey's struggling to watch it. He says it's painful. Prince is back. He says, I love these live streams. Good. I'm glad everyone's getting involved in it. We'll be with you all the way through to the final. So keep getting involved. Keep spreading the word. Keep watching. Another cross comes in. To be honest with you, this is where these streams come into play for me. Because if I was sat at home watching this on my own, I'd be looking through my fingers. I wouldn't be able to watch. So at least we've got that community to sort of share the tension with. And if and when Germany do score, we can sort of, you know, have each other's shoulders to cry on or celebrate. I'm sure there's people supporting Germany, which is absolutely fine. Everybody's welcome. But Germany trying to press Sweden here. Lindelof, that's crap. Gundogan, edge of the box. Royce on the back peg. Decent cross. Get the keeper of it. Shout. I'm on a rhubarb and ginger gin and tonic tonight because it's warm weather. I'm going to keep the beers back for the England game tomorrow. Oh, they can't pick up the balls at the moment. Here we go. Oh, what a miss! What a miss from Gomez. I thought he was offside. It drops to him right on the 6-yard box, unmarked. Blasts it over the top corner. But doesn't mean you have to be the top corner. Blasts it over the bar. He's onside. Werner's off. Gomez is on. I don't know how you missed that. I don't know how you missed that. Absolute sitter. Absolute sitter. I'm sure there'll be another chance. I'm sure there'll be another chance. But almost as bad as Batshuayi's today. Come on, Sweden. Change it up. Am I the only one saying this? Change it up. Put somebody up front who's quick. And that number 9 looks like he's running through porridge anyway. He looks dead on his feet. I don't think Gomez is very good either, Aaron, but what he does do is he just gives them something that makes Sweden think. You know, he's got that height. It allows Germany to hit a long speculative ball into the box. I don't know how he's missed, Ed, but he has. It was harder to miss, says Kirst 187. Yeah, it were a hell of a miss. Marcus is getting a bit premature, as per usual. He's singing Germany's going home. Germany just winning everything at the moment. Sweden can't even get a touch of the ball. Here's Leipzig though. RP Leipzig. I mean Forsberg. I'm calling by the club he plays for now. Forget his name. Here's RP Leipzig. Here's Hull City, or better off known as Seb Larsson. I can't do it for every Swedish player. Put the cross in. Oh. I don't think Zlatan would help them, Chris, in a game like this. He's got no pace, has he? They need somebody with a bit of pace. Zlatan would be useful for Germany. There we go. Sweden. Where's the runner? Oh, ref. Book Boateng. He's crap. This is calamitous by Sweden in a way. Swedes are starting to look tired, says Finn. Oh, nearly an own goal there. Cross came in. Oh, what's going on? They do look dead on their feet. Again, the whole Swedish team looks dead on their feet. There's just no way they're surviving this 20 minutes. I cannot believe they've not made a substitution. I can't believe they've not made a substitution. It makes no sense at all. Free kick for Germany, 20 minutes to go. Mashuda says Sweden are not going to withstand this. I can't see it either. Gaz Elliott, I think the cameraman does have an obsession with Joachim Low. It's like they're trying to get the shot of him with his hand down his pants, aren't they? They're obsessed with it. Sweden here are just... they can't get out. Callum Christie, comment of the night. Sweden need fresh legs. And I can't believe that they haven't put any on. Well, here we go. At long last. 21. He's coming on. Is it the goal scorer going off? They made 2 substitutions here. Klassen's coming off. And Dermaz comes on. Sean Finity says that Sweden look lost. Germany have adjusted and Sweden haven't been able to respond. Thanks to you and Sander for making this World Cup so enjoyable. Well, thanks to all you lot for getting involved. I think they only made 1 substitution there. But maybe this lad's got a bit of pace, number 21. I'd play him down the middle. Isaiah Daniel says this looks like the pacey outlet that they need. They need some pace to hurt them, yeah. Here he goes. Corner ball. Well done. Ow. It's got... Devil's Ace says this sub's got Xander's hair on his chin. Look at this, is what the World Cup's all about. Look at all those Swedes. Halnar says it was a huge mistake not to take Sane, but he's not using the player that he took instead of Sane. He's not using Julian Brandt, is he? So he's already making a difference, says Marcus Barton. Corner for Sweden. This is the only chance they're going to get to score goals from set pieces, and they've hardly had any set pieces in this game. Leipzig. Oh, good shot that was from RP Leipzig. I'm just going to call him that now. It's Forsberg. He's going to take something to beat Manuel Neuer from here, though. He connects well with it, but Neuer's got full sight of it for a long time. Easy save again. Germany do need to win this game. Even if they win it, though, Sweden still have 3 points, the same as Germany. And if Sweden were to beat Mexico, they'd have 6 points. And then Costa Rica, if they were to beat... if Germany were to then beat South Korea, they'd have 6 points. So it wouldn't be over for Sweden if they lost. Still 15 minutes to go. I still don't think Sweden have made the right substitutions. Maybe I'm being a little bit unfair on them, but they've only made one substitution and their team's absolutely knackered. Why not make another two? Why not freshen it up in the final third? Is this another sub? I think he might be coming off. So Toivonen comes on and Guidetti comes on. Take a chance on me, says Guidetti. That's the name of the game. Oh, there's a Sweden girl crying there with a baby. I don't know what she's crying for. Could this be Sweden's Waterloo? I'm just chucking out ABBA songs now. I have a dream that they're going to win this game. So lay all your love on me. Voulez-vous? Guidetti late winner. Yeah, that went well for him against United, didn't he? And the Europa League semi-final. Was that the last kick of the game in the semi-final? Oh, lucky. Germany again, lucky. There's another cross coming in. Win it. Win the second ball. Oh, it was Guidetti's wife, says Dan11. Yeah, I thought it might have been. You just feel that Germany are going to get a chance, don't you? Because I think the goal was lucky, so they've not actually had the chance. How's Lindelof been, says SSN. We'll give it... Everyone else give their thoughts, what they think about Lindelof. I do have a thought, and I'm going to talk about it on the United stand, so I'll keep mine back for there, but I'm more than happy to read out your comments. See, Berg's onside there. No, he's not. He's offside. But he's so slow. He's running backwards. This would be miraculous if Sweden get out of this with a draw. Because second half, they've done sod all. That Durmaz, though, you can tell he's quick because he's like... Or everyone else is just ridiculously slow. Yeah, you can just totally feel a Germany goal coming. It's not even a surprise, is it? Over the bar from Werner, from a cross. A low cross again. It's working well. Kimmich with the cross. Werner, spin, shoot. He should score that. A player of his quality, he should score that. Seven out of 10 for Lindelof. 7.5 says Miller. Germany will get out, says Rogvi. Matthew McFadden's going to give him a 7 out of 10, even though he was asleep for the first half. He's been pretty good. Lots of people giving him a 7 out of 10. Free kick to Sweden here. Ooh. Nasty from Boateng. Doesn't get the ball again. He's crap, isn't he, Boateng? He won't get a red card. He's a red. Red card for Boateng. Well, That is a surprise. I'd have to see that back again. I didn't even think it was a red. He's already had a yellow card. He's already had a yellow card. That's why. That's why. So he's definitely been sent off. Sorry, I hadn't realised he'd had a yellow in the first half. So that makes it interesting for Germany now. It makes it interesting for Sweden. Germany are not going to sit back, are they? They want to win it. So Sweden should go tactically, go for this. You'll never get a better chance. Did he just get a yellow then a red? Or did he get a straight red? Spot, Larson. A little bit close to near that. Oh! Corner ball. They're hanging on. You got to say that's good defending from Manuel Neuer because he slips and just manages to punch it. Otherwise, Guidetti's got an absolute tapping. Well, 10 men for Germany. If they get a win out of this, you've got to say fair play. But if I was Sweden, fortune favours the brave. Just bloody go for it. Go for the win. Two yellows it was. Yeah, it was definitely a yellow card. Boateng, he doesn't get the ball, does he? I don't think it makes a lot of difference to the game because it's like, you know, Germany I don't think will miss the last, not having the last man. Yeah, I say this a lot about teams. Imagine if Sweden had Aubameyang or something like that, or a Lukaku or something like that. Somebody with a bit of pace and power up front, or even a Timo Werner. You know, the Timo Werner would be good for Sweden because he would be playing on the break. Someone like that would be good for Sweden. But for Germany, for Germany, it's a bit redundant. I can't believe. Well, he's still got one sub to make. I'd make the sub. Go for it. Get something in the midfield and have a proper go at it. Oh, what? What? That Guidetti should be sent back to Sweden. What's going on here? They've got a free man on the left-hand side. Durmas. The pass there. What's he on about? I still think Germany will nick it. I think they'll get the chance. They're not... It's difficult for Germany, isn't it? They need to win, but they're leaving themselves open as well. I suppose they don't feel that a point is good enough. Which I suppose they're right. $85 minutes, probably about another 10 minutes in this game. Cross comes in, Larson clears it. RP Leipzig messes it up. Spencer Eisforth says this is the most exciting World Cup in years. Hector's coming off, and is it Brandt's coming on? They're going for it. Germany are going for it. Which is, if I was Sweden, I'd go I'd double bluff. I'd go and say, right, we're putting another striker on. Yeah, I think it's safe to say that Lindelof's been better than Boateng and... oh, lucky there from Germany. How lucky can you be? Pace coming on. Brandt can burn. He can. They've got a lot of pace on this team now. But is pace what you need when you're playing against a team that's parking the bus? I think somebody tall. Some chips and boxes and chips and balls into the box. What a save by Olsen. Gomez gets up. Cracking save. That's what they should be doing more of, Germany. Putting that sort of cross into the box. Lovely cross from Gomez. It's perfect. Sorry, from Kroos. Perfect for Gomez. It is straight at Olsen, but he gets it up and over the bar well. Good save. Good header. But I don't think they've done that enough. Gomez has been on the pitch for 45 minutes. I don't think they've put that sort of cross in there enough. Corner for Germany. They've certainly got the height there. They've gone short. They want to whip a cross in. That's why. They want to whip a cross in low, and that's crap. From Muller. I mean, Muller's finished, isn't he? Somebody said that in the first half. Thomas Muller. Not the player he once was. Dwindling force. What was that? Muller, says Sean Chris. That Gomez header is, if it's anywhere else, that keeper ain't saving it. It's straight at him. He does well with it, but it is straight at him. The German wave comes again, even with 10 men. Another free kick. Another opportunity for them to curl a ball into the box, which Gomez will not... Sorry, keep calling him bloody Gomez. Tony Kroos will not refuse. Here we go. Substitution for Sweden. I don't know what this lad's all about. Let's have a look. Who's coming on? What's the name of the game? Yes. They're taking off Berg. And I would imagine this might be Tellen. Yeah. Who looks fast. I would have brought him on 20 minutes ago. They should have brought this lad on 20 minutes ago. He looks tall and fast. They should have brought him on a long time ago. Well, that's a joke from Sweden. They should have brought him on ages ago. If he's tall and fast, they should have brought him. Why did he catch that, Olsen? Oh, you pillock. Good from Kroos. You've got to put the ball in. Why are they not putting the ball in the box? Germany. They seem to want to work the perfect cross. And they want to hit it low for some reason. Good play. Oh, there we go. You got a bit of a... 5 minutes? 5 minutes. Come on. I thought he held that up well, Tellen there. I think there's a few more chances left. 5 minutes is too much, says Daniel Rollin. I don't know where they get 5 minutes from. I can't think of any injuries either. 5 minutes. Weird. Corner to Germany. I mean, the tension of football is amazing, isn't it? They've played another short corner here. The tension is amazing, isn't it? Where's the marking? They're queuing up. Post. Brandt hits the post from the edge of the box. And then if Werner's onside, he's only got to tap it in. He can't be onside. Timo Werner's miles offside. So don't worry about the one that hits the post. But it's a lovely hit from Brandt. Off the beans and toast, says Billy T. I think he would have given that as well. I mean, there's numerous Germany players offside. I don't know whether they're interfering or not. But Werner's miss was offside anyway. It wouldn't matter. Sweden are on the attack here. Go for the box, mate. Oh! Decent cross, and Forsberg puts it over the bar. That might have been Sweden's chance. Two minutes to go. 2.5 minutes to go. Cruz. Oh, what was that? Why don't you cut it back? Royce on the far side. Don't know what he's doing. Don't know what he's doing there. Don't know what he's doing. If you've not subscribed to the channel, please do. We're only 13 short of 38,400. Thanks everyone who's been getting involved in it. What a game it's been. Whatever the outcome, it's been a fantastic game, hasn't it? And it's had everything. And I think we're going to get plenty of these sort of games in the World Cup, aren't we? Which is cracking. Guidetti shoots straight at the keeper. Still, this 5 minutes seems to be going on forever. And I think at this point now is when I would say that this is too long. This is a minute too long now. I don't think there was 5 minutes. I think this is where it should be being blown up, which would be just typical. That's going to be a foul. That Dermers has not really done much at all, has he? He's just causing trouble. It's a good free kick angle for Cruz as well. Get this right. I've just got a feeling. Got a feeling with this. It was a stupid foul, as Joey said. Goal coming, says Joe. He's done it! Tony Cruz has won it. You can't argue with that. You cannot argue with that. What a goal by Cruz, but it's a minute too long. What a winner. What a way to win it. What a way to win it. You just felt it, didn't you? You absolutely just felt that for Germany. And I don't know where he got 5 minutes from, though. I do not know where he gets 5 minutes from. Lovely finish. I mean, that's why Tony Cruz is one of the best midfielders in the world. Absolutely superb. But heartbreaking for Sweden. I do feel that the Swedish manager got it wrong, though. You cannot. I know it's the last minute, but for 45 minutes, he basically played a donkey up front, and they had no outball at all. So you get what you reap, what you sow, don't you? And I don't think Sweden did enough in an attacking sense, but it's a cracking goal. You could see it come in 20 minutes ago, says Catholicus. And Sweden are just finished here. Scripted, says Pankaj. No major injuries. Nothing. Germany win it 2-1. I don't know what you're looking so smug about, Tony Kroos. It must be great knowing that you've got FIFA in your back pocket, you cheats. Absolute disgrace. I feel so sorry for Sweden because that red card at the start has come back to haunt them. The penalties come back to haunt them. The 5 minutes has come back to haunt them. I really, really hope that they get Brazil now and get knocked out, because it's not fair, is it? It's not fair. Football sometimes just isn't fair, and I don't know where they get 5 minutes from. If somebody in the live comments wants to tell me where there was 5 minutes added time in that, I just do not know. No major injury, a few substitutions. You normally get 3 minutes. We got 5, and they score in the 5th minute of stoppage time. Not very fair. But football's not fair, is it? Not fair, but not fair. Anyway, click the eye in the top right-hand corner. I'm going live on the United Stand in 5 minutes, so I've got no time to dwell on this. We're back tomorrow on That's Football, just before 1 o'clock, with England against Panama, and another packed day. But talking Manchester United, Jose Mourinho shock transfer news. Click the eye in the top right-hand corner, and I'll be live with you there in 5 minutes if you're interested in Manchester United. Thanks everyone who's joined in tonight. What a great stream it's been yet again. Another bit of drama in the last minute. Another dodgy VAR decision. We'll pick all that up again later, but United Stand, I'll be there in about 5 minutes. Click the eye in the top right-hand corner. I'll speak to you all soon. Thanks for watching.